Good evening, cheeky peeps. Hope you're doing good. Hope you've had a lovely weekend away from yours truly, and the chaos that is my stream present. Anyway, right. So we've done everything. Well, we've done everything that's possible at this point, with the exception of obviously all of the Chronolith trials, which are, well, what this stream is going to be about, and potentially other streams as well, depending on how difficult this is all going to be. And yes, I need every bit of luck I can get my hands on at this point. But before we do that, we're going to be doing some lore reading, and I know it's everyone's favourite. Everyone loves to see me do lore reading, but it comes from a good place. It comes from a place of wanting to absorb all of the game's content. So you have to bear with me. I don't know how long it's going to take. We've been building up a bit of lore, I think, so it's going to be interesting. But once we got through that, we'll then be trying to, well, let's just be honest. When we come to doing the Chronolith trials, I'm probably not going to be on the treadmill because it's going to take super focus and specific things from me. So that's how you know how serious I am, when I decide to get off of the treadmill and it's time and we actually sit down and hash it out mono a mono with Final Fantasy XVI itself. And yes, as always, if you enjoy my content, please try like and subscribe my way. It really does help my channel grow and flourish. Alternatively, you can find me on Twitter at @HellotStitch, posting various news and updates. And with that said, well, I need all the luck I can get, basically. Anyway, it's Bob. Welcome to the party, Bob.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And welcome to the party, Mr. X. Hope you guys are doing good. And you've been keeping out of trouble. Although I wouldn't be surprised if you guys created a lot of the trouble, if I'm honest. But yes, anyway, Stitch, keep an eye out for Chronolith waifus. Shape of the stones need respect. So feminine, tcgstitch. Oh, thank you, Bob. Well, I'll do my best to keep an eye out for those waifus. He's ready to roast me as we speak. Yep. Hello, tcgstitch. Hello, Bob. Well, I don't know. Mr. X, are you going to roast Bob over a coal? Over a couple of coals, like a side of bacon? Mr. X, there he is. Today's stream will be the trials. Well, it will be after we've done lore reading. I know it's not your favourite part of the stream, Mr. X, so if you want to run away while I do it, and come back shortly, because yes, we have some lore to be eaten. I know it's not your favourite, but yes, if that's not the case. Clive will be fighting alone. He will be when I get to it. Is that like a British expression, or are you literally on a treadmill during these streams, Stitch? I'm on a treadmill during the streams. Fish and chips, mate, I guess. No, I'm... Bob, I do every stream on a treadmill. Ever since... God, when did I start doing this? I started doing this around... maybe February this year. So no, I do. This is one of the reasons why some of my attention is a little bit divided, because I'm reading chat, doing treadmill, and playing the game. So it's why, to a certain degree, I mean, I probably could play these games a little better if I was sitting there and doing nothing, but I always try and get a bit of exercise in as well. I try to be a bit cheeky, see if I can do both. Because, yeah, I eat a load of junk, and the problem is, with junk, I don't want to cut the junk. I just want to be able to burn it off. But, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, it's, you know, I do my best with what I can do. But, yeah, it's one of the reasons why, as I said to you, it's kind of difficult to get into lots of super specific things. Like reading and mashing buttons and shit, that's one thing. Hell, even deciding how to do turn-based and shit, that's another thing. But, you know, when you're looking for like pinpoint accuracy or specific things, it's quite difficult to do that while you're walking. Like even when I try and resize windows on my screen, it's difficult because I'm walking while I'm doing it, so I'm jolting up and down while trying to do things. But yes, I mean, if anything, it's a testament to how good I could have been at some of these things if I wasn't on a treadmill. So you guys might see an uptick in my skill. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll surprise you guys. But yeah. No time today to admire feminine shapes and womanly curves. With respect for wife, especially Jill. Oh, now time, I think he said there, yeah. For Jill waifu, only fighting, good luck. I'll just be looking Bob today. No eyes, Mr. X, you do your thing. Today concentrate is needed. I know. It's going to be difficult. Where is Goji Berry for lore reading? I don't know. Maybe he'll stop by shortly. He has been on the Discord. That explains a lot. What, are you saying I don't play very well, Bob? Are you criticising my lore, like my gameplay? Because I'm not playing as good as you would have thought, Bob. I'll have you know, I think I do pretty good for someone who's walking on a treadmill and reading you guys and playing at the same time. They say men can't multitask. I mean, I've shown you can multitask, just you have to be average at all three. Goji's recovering from a hangover in Atlanta after going to the strip club after the Ravens game. Yeah, that sounds like Goj. But anyway, ask about Dion.
I well recall
The time I spent at the Imperial Palace instructing the young prince on the history of our realm. He was unlike the other noble-born children I had taught, not only for the keenness with which he listened, but for the earnestness, there we go, of his conviction.
he truly believed.
That it was the Empire's duty to serve the people, and was determined to study the past, that he might not repeat its mistakes. Which is the reason why what befell Twinside weighs so heavily on his soul. He must live with the consequences, and I fear it will take more than merely time to heal such wounds.
It will take forgiveness.
Not from you, nor me, nor his countrymen, nor even from his late father, no!
From himself.
Only then might his flower bloom again. Wiser words were never said. I'm just trolling, Stitch. It did sound like it. It sounds like you were criticising my gameplay, Bob. How dare you? I've tried so hard for you, Bob. I've tried so hard. I've raked myself over the coals. I've learnt shit I was not intended to learn. And I have done it under your tutelage, admittedly, but at the same time, I think I've done pretty good with it. I'm hacking into the system now. Oh, really? Oh, there we go. Goji, very important. Know you enjoyed that Steeler loss. Oh, did his team lose? Oh, no. Bet you were laughing, I was. Pay attention or you will pay a visit to the dungeon. Bob, tcgstitch accepts only criticism with well-reasoned arguments without problems. That is true. I insist on nothing less. I want some balanced criticism. I could ask AI to give me it, but I'm asking you guys. Hello, Goji Berry. I was indeed rooting for the Chargers to win. What? Because they are batteries and they like charging. Is that why? Yeah, I love sports. Didn't I tell you guys? I'm so informed. I'm so well informed. Law reading will be starting soon. It will. Ask about Origin.
Yes.
You arrived at a solution then. Dion will carry us.
Indeed.
A feat befitting the final act. I congratulate myself that I shall live long enough to see it. A feat in itself for a man of many years. But, to be serious, it is no small thing to march against fate, Clive. You must be certain of your footing, lest the winds of destiny divert you from your course. Are you certain of your footing, Clive? Oh, I don't know. Is Clive certain of his footing? I can't tell. Yeah, so everyone stop talking. You're too loud. Can't hear Stitch. Jeez. People, am I right? I know. Fucking hell. I am.
Then go.
And do what you must. I love you. I love you. Can I have your babies? Ask about the Sage Spire. One can only assume that the Mother Crystal's ability to channel ether was as valued by the fallen civilization as it has been by ours. Much more, no doubt, due to the vast quantities of ether that their indigenous inventions must have required. No, indigenous? Jesus, what's that mean? Ingenious inventions must have required.
Short.
The blessing of the crystals, that to modern man has seemed a nigh limitless bounty, must to them have appeared a resource most limited indeed. Little wonder that they should seek to divine the very source of this blessing, that they might claim it for their own. You witness the bitter fruit of that ambition within that tower. Not only that, their ambition to overthrow the gods too. The Jesus Christ, what is that? What is that word? Iconoclast. Omega, the destroyer of the divine. That's a made-up word. That's a made-up word. I'm not even dignifying that with my accent. I'm not dignifying it. Ironic that the Icon's mighty words of Ultima, if his words are to be believed, should take their name from the mighty work of mankind that was designed to destroy him, or perhaps entirely fitting. There we go. There we go. I delivered you some amazing Hippocrates voice lines there. You're welcome. Not that it's fucking appreciated by you lot of reprobates. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Goji pretending he's not playing Forza while watching. That's true. He probably is. Probably is. He doesn't give me his full attention. I wave my arms and yet everyone looks at me like I'm a ghost. It's alright. I'm used to it at this point. I'm just going to go into the corner and cry shortly. Goji Berry tomorrow, Veterans Day, November 11th, USA holiday. Oh, congratulations, Goji. Enjoy it. I need a break soon. I will be right back. No worries, Mr. X. You'll do your thing. Viewed 1,000 times. Do you think we'll level up to max level now?
New notes that might interest you.
Oh, do it. Do it. Load me up. What's my level now? Oh my god!
I believe you will find most
Oh! There we go. Max level achieved. You guys heard it here first. I am now the top of the line Loresman, and you will respect my lore abilities. That's right. Anyway. Oh, reading the echoes. Entries for Echoes of the Fallen are now available for viewing in the 1,000 times. Speak with Hippocrates in the hideaway to learn more. Hippocrates will not gain wisdom by listening to Clive's accounts of this quest. Okay. Entries for Echoes of the Fallen will appear on the final page of each of the 4 sections of the compiled knowledge. All entries for this DLC can be accessed by selecting Echoes of the Fallen from the keyword search. I'm just going to go through it all. Why do we need a keyword search? Reading the Tides. Entries for the Rising Tides are now available for viewing 1,000 times. Speak with Hippocrates in the hideaway to learn more. Hippocrates will not gain wisdom by listening to Clive's accounts of this quest. Reading the Tides. Entries for Rising Tide. Blah blah. Right, yes, we get it.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Okay. I'll have some, I'm sure. Right. Clive Rosfield. I imagine this is the last one, is it? After Sid fell and his hideaway was reduced to rubble at the hands of Hugo Capka, Clive took on both his predecessor's name in the role, becoming the second Sid the Outlaw and leader of the re-established Resistance. Together with the other survivors and their new recruits, he continues Sid's mission to emancipate bearers and rid the realm of Mother Crystals. And this is the big final entry then. Clive Rosfield, dominant of the second icon of fire, Ifrit. Unlike the other dominants, Clive has the curious power to absorb icons from their hosts and wield their strength as his own. The being known as Ultima appears to crave this same power, identifying Clive as Mythos, a vessel for power unlimited. However, Clive refuses to surrender himself to Ultima's will, making of this godlike being, another enemy in his fight to build a world where people can live on their own terms. They love using that line. That's their favourite line. Right, that's that one. Jill, what have you got for us, love? Right, let's read the one before just to make sure we're being as thorough as we can. Jill Warwick, dominant of Shiva and trusted confidant of Clive, leader of the new hideaway, born a princess of the Northern Territories. Jill was made a ward of Rosaria after her father, the Silvermane's incessant raids were quelled by the duchy. She entrusted her icon to Clive after he was bested by King Barnabas, that he might have the strength to fight her fate to the last. Dominant of Shiva, oh here we go. Jill Warwick, dominant of Shiva and dearly beloved of Clive. Ooh. Leader of the new hideaway, born a princess of the Northern Territories, visiting Mysidia was like returning to a home she thought long lost. This strange feeling of familiarity became overbearing when she ventured to the area of hours where the ether of the Witch of the North, dominant of Shiva before her, filled the air like a fart in the wind. That's what it was. Right, Torgal, Clive's faithful friend. He is a rare frostwolf, imbued with the same sorcerer's strength as his ancestor Fenrir, which he calls upon to defend his allies in times of crisis. Though the manner in which he primes into his Fenric form is reminiscent of dominants summoning their icons. Torgal calls not on his own icon, but upon the powers of those who have walked beside him over the years, and with whose ether he has become imbued. Why didn't he get fire? Or like electric then? Shouldn't he be a combination of all three? I always found that curious. He absorbs other icons' abilities, like Clive, but yet he's Shiva's dog. I don't know, that just sounds weird. Anyway, Torgal, Clive's faithful friend, after the two were separated in the tragedy at Phoenix Gate, Torgal continued to search for his missing master, sniffing out anything that bore Clive's scent and carrying it home with their secret island hideaway. It was during one of these forays on the mainland that he encountered Sid, who took the lonely Torgal in, fashioning an anklet for the love-lorn pup, which he treasures to this day. Yeah, but you didn't explain why. Like, why didn't you explain why he keeps that bang? Like, Sid put that bangle on him to stop him from chewing on his own foot, because he was repressing something. And that was looking for Clive, right? That's what I got. That's what I got from it anyway. I'm assuming that's what it meant. I did like that mission, but yeah, I'm doing a best guess here. Mr. X, are you a veteran yourself? If so, we need a commanding officer in the upcoming waifu wars, 2028 to 2032. As long as you wrap up the bacon sandwich wars with me before you go on that one, Goj. We need everybody we can get in the bacon sandwiches. Anyway, Dion Lesage, dominant of Bahamut, warden of light. Before he joined the Dragoons, Dion spent his youth studying that he might assist his father in ruling the empire. On returning with Clive and Joshua to the hideaway, he is reunited with his old tutor, Hippocrates, who inspires in him a renewed determination to bring Ultima's evil to an end. Bahamut, Horn of the Night, knowing all too keenly how Ultima's machinations are ushering the world to its doom after the events in Twinside. Dion pledges his alliance to Clive and Joshua Rosfield, arriving on the Enterprise just in time to ride to the brothers' rescue in Storm here, isn't it? That's what it is. Right, next. Gavlar, Sid's faithful scout, now one of Clive's closest and most trusted allies. He continues to put his legendary nose to work in service of the hideaway, the information he brings back from his expeditions proving invaluable for the curse breakers in their efforts to save bearers from servitude. Though he lost an eye during Hugo Capta's attack on the old hideaway, his scouting senses remain undimmed. I was an operating room technician in a hospital, but I am not a soldier or a policeman, Goji Berry. Whoa! See, Mr. X has secret skills. Super secret skills. Gav, Sid's faithful scout, now one of Clive's closest and most trusted allies, born the youngest son of a large family, he has always longed to be a big brother. However, just as his mother was ready to give birth to the sister he had impatiently awaited, his entire family was slain in an imperial raid on his village. Now he has a new family and the members of the Hideaway and swears to protect them where his younger self could not. There we go. Oh my god. Someone who's has a lot of interesting lore. God, I really hate Mid's storyline, I've got to be honest with you. But we'll read it, Midadol Tellerman, adoptive daughter of Sid, who saved her from the streets as a girl. So she's not even his real daughter, okay. And raised her as his own, and raises her as his own he did. The young Mid followed in her father's footsteps in perfecting his design for the Mithril engine, for which she later scrapped, because it was going to be too powerful. And she's just going to bury these plans and make someone do an Easter egg hunt. And then they will build the war machine she won't build, and she'll still be responsible for it. She should have just set them on fire. It would have been a better end to her arc. Anyway. Though she fears the completed engine might be used for ill if the designs were to fall into the wrong hands, the dream of flight that she and her father shared is too great to see consigned to the dustbin of history. And so she continues to labour that one day the dream might become reality. That's not what she said. That's not what she said at all. That's not the ending, is it? No, she chooses not to make them. And says she's going to make a silly treasure hunt. Where, again, people find them by sniffing them out. It's the silliest arc ever. Anyway. I can act as a senior intelligence officer and commanding officer in the upcoming waifu wars. Oh, well, there you go. Goj, Mr. X has signed up. It was a short period, mainly as an aide, and then I had health problems myself and ended up in hospital for goji berry surgery. Oh, Jesus, dude. Sorry to hear that. Be right back. No worries, dude. Hippocrates II. Hyperboreus. Jesus, someone didn't like this guy. The Hideaway's resident historian, before meeting Sid and moving in with his band of outlaws, Hippocrates dwelled in much grander surroundings. The Imperial Palace, where he served as tutor to Prince Dion. He bears a deep and lingering affection for his former charge, and on reuniting with Dion in the Hideaway, presented him with a gift of a wild wyvern tail that he might be reminded of the goodness within him and not punish himself unduly, which he rejected and said, give it to me later on, bruv, because I haven't earned it yet, which was actually a good story arc. I enjoyed that one. Right, Vivian Ninetails only had 2 entries. Fucking hell. Okay. A scholar and strategist who makes her home in the Hideaway, offering her insight to Clive that he might better understand the lay of the land. Once a professor at University of Canberra, her dogged pursuit of the truth earned her the enmity of some of her less scrupulous colleagues. After learning of a plot on her life, she fled to the Hideaway and has been slowly but surely warming to her new surroundings ever since. Interesting. There is lots of interesting. If you didn't see that quest, guys, you should watch it. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I signposted it in stream part 30, I believe. Yeah, give it a watch. It's pretty good. I enjoyed that quest. Anyway, Doris, captain of the Curse Breakers, who directs their bearer liberating operations. She learns that Chadwick, fellow bearer and brother-in-arms who helped her escape her former master, met his untimely end in the cursed depths of Balmung Dark. He died the same hero he was in life, having fought until the bitter end to save the life of a young bearer girl. Doris swears to keep fighting herself that his legacy might live on. Fair enough. Okay. Ember. This is the little lout that you guys voted down. You guys didn't want him to become a curse breaker. Jesus, you guys were such a hard crowd when it came to this kid. Anyway, curse breaker in training who wishes to make of himself a scout, that he might follow in the footsteps of his idol, Gav. Though his test did not proceed entirely smoothly, he showed enough promise to warrant being accepted into the ranks. For now. Wonder if that changes if you pick the other option. That would be... But then again, why would they write 2 entries? I don't see him doing it. Quinton. Right. Here we go. The inscrutable landlord of Lostwing's Tavern. After the village was swallowed by an ether flood, he and the survivors of his Lostwing family laboured to build a new village in Galtland's Bales. However, Clive convinces him to join his uncle's triunity and put his oratorial skills to use, not merely in leading Lostwing, but in restoring order to the entire realm. Alright, yeah, he does that. He's now joined up with Byron and that other bloke, I can't remember what his name is. He's been in like 3 cutscenes. Don't know why they would think anyone would remember him. But anyway, Isabel, proprietress of the Vale, Northreach's foremost house of ill repute. Very ill repute. She shares a long and lasting friendship with Shula, the former offering the latter and her people both material support and opportunities for employment. I wonder how. When Shula confided her interest in recruiting the servants of Sid the Outlaw, services of Sid the Outlaw to deliver Waljus, that's not Waljus, is it? Waljus from his torment, it was Isabel who assisted in arranging an introduction. Oh, really? Okay. Interesting. Right. Lubor. He's now the mayor, isn't he? Quinton looking like 2015 Sam Smith. He does. Forge Master, I really hated the... I'm going to say this as well, just for the record, even though I did put it in my most recent community post. I hated Lubor's quest, the end to Lubor's quest line as well. It was shit. Couple of kids screaming at a load of adults got them to suddenly do a complete 180 on their hatred for Lubor. Makes absolutely no sense. That needed at least 2 to 3 more quests to flesh out properly. But anyway. Forge Master of the Briar's Kiss, the finest smithy in Dalamil and mayor of the town. After his bearerhood was revealed, he was almost driven from Dalamil by the disapproving townspeople. However, they were convinced to change their preconceptions after Lubor led the defense. That's not what got them to change their mind. Okay? I'm going to say this right here and now, loud and proud. They did a complete 180 on their objections to him when 2 children came out of nowhere and just reminded the townspeople of all the good he did them. As if that's going to have any impact on someone who hates you. I really did not like this quest. Anyway. However, they were convinced to change their preconceptions. They didn't. After Lubor led the defense of the town, yes. Because afterwards they'd already changed their minds at that point. From a horde of Akashic bandits and with the support of both the town's guard and the Merchants Guild, he won the mayoralty. Okay, yeah, it's such a fucking stupid quest. Anyway, you didn't like the think of the children bit. Normies are like that in real life though, Stitch. Really? What? Just, alright, some kids have come out and now we suddenly don't hate someone. Trust me. I mean, I was bullied as a kid. If there was some children, like some kids that are a few years below me have run out in front of the bullies and said, "Stop hurting him, don't forget he gave you his pencil that one time." Or, you know, "You stole his pogs," or this, that and the other. They wouldn't have stopped beating on me. They would have continued. In fact, they probably would have beaten harder on me. Because bullies and people who don't like you will never change their mindset. Even normies. I know you're saying normies, but seriously, normies will not change their minds either. Doesn't work that way. You need a few quests to flesh that kind of an arc out, and they gave us 1. Anyway, Cyril, the Assassin's Creed. Is this Altair or Ezio? I keep forgetting. Anyway, A senior member of the Undying, known as the Bearer of the Burning Quill. He and his order devote their lives to the service of the Phoenix and do not fear death, so long as it comes in the course of their duties. Yeah, they just let people get on with their lives, and yeah, it's such a weird thing. They don't care if they die. It's very weird. It's like a cult. It's 100% a cult. Though Clive takes exception to what appears at first glance a pointless waste of human life, the two come to see each other eye to eye, still expressing a deep gratitude for the regard Clive shows his fallen comrades. Maybe you should do it too then, mate, eh? And stop hiring nutters. Think of Britain, though. They are doing crazy things with the laws in the guise of help the children. That's what. Oh yeah, you mean the Online Safety Act and all that bullshit? Yeah, but that's people who don't know the consequences. Like, they seem to think that it's just so parents don't have to parent in that case. Like, you're not fixing the problem. You're just making everyone else have to go round the problem, when you should have just made a handful of people put on child safety onto all of their stuff. I don't necessarily see how that applies to some kids running up and defending Lubor. I mean, I suppose what you're saying is that Square Enix think of the West, that is, that just because a couple of kids come out of nowhere and insert themselves in a situation, suddenly all is forgiven. I'm just saying, yes, but in real life, that's not how it works. Obviously. I wish it did. The world might actually be a better place, but it doesn't work that way. You know, people aren't just going to turn around if they don't like you. They'll just keep hating you regardless. But yeah, I just speak of personal experience. Although, forgive me on my ignorance on it, since I'm not there, of course. No, you're not wrong. But at the same time, I still think the Japanese, or Square Enix in this case, have got the wrong end of the stick. Anyway, Elwin Rosfield, late Archduke of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria and father of Clive and Joshua. During his reign, he strove to bring an end to the mistreatment of bearers and his people's reliance on magic, a mission that he knew would meet fierce opposition from the court nobility and would not be achievable within his lifetime. That his sons might follow in his footsteps, he fashioned for them a pair of matching armbands to give them strength when all stood against them. And that was just armour or equipment, wasn't it? It's nothing visual on the actual character designs, which is a shame. That would have been actually quite nice. Unless it is on the original costume, I don't know. Oscar, nephew of Rodri Murdoch, late Lord Commander of the Rosarian Army. Clive accepted him as squire and brought him back to the hideaway that he might learn from Cid, the outlaw's example. However, after the Guardians of the Flame took back Eastpool, Clive bade Oscar return to the village where his Aunt Hannah is buried and lend his strength to the restoration efforts. You see, this could have been a good plot for the game. You know, Clive maybe explaining that he killed his uncle accidentally when he transformed into Ifrit the first time, because he did. He didn't even tell Rodney's wife that he killed her husband. And I thought that was a missed opportunity to actually have a really deep arc. But they did nothing with that. Like, that was actually a good arc that they could have done something with, but they didn't do anything with it. Which, you know, because that could have given you a few interesting or semi-interesting missions where you could have worked with him, and then, you know, I'm just saying they had lots of pointless shit ones, but they had some naturally occurring ones in the story that could have really fed off and been good. But yeah, that's one of them. Byron Rosfield, younger brother of the late Archduke Elwin and warden of the Port Isolde. Together with Field Marshal Eugene Havel and Master Quinton of Lost Wing, he founds the Triunity, an accord that sets out how the nobles, armies and common folk of Valisthea shall come together to see the crisis that blight the realm, want of food, water, security and shelter ended and order restored. Now, wonder what that's going to look like in the end game. The High Cardinal. First and foremost, of the 5 cardinals who made up the Council of Elders, second only to the Holy Empire of the Imperial Government. After the fall of the Crystalline Dominion and the collapse of said government, his eminence reappeared in Northreach, planning to turn the town into a new capital for a new Sanbreque. However, when the people rallied behind Isabel instead, he realised that he must work with the common folk, not lord over them. And he learnt that lesson very quickly as well. Just some of these quests just feel like there's a couple of missions missing that could have really filled in some of these gaps. Because that could have worked, but I thought it concluded a bit too quick. I don't know, maybe there'll be some post-game missions that will fill in this colouring book a little better, I don't know. Sabine, this is his daughter, only daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who fomented revolt against her father's plans to fortify Northreach at the townspeople's expense. After the Duke is convinced of the error of his ways, the two are reconciled and pledge to work together with the people of Northreach to build a town for all her citizens. Eee. What else we got? Eugene Havel. This is the other guy, isn't it? The third beak of the Triunity. Former Field Marshal of the Dalmatian Republic, at the insistence of his old friend and rival Byron Rosfield, he was convinced to return to the front lines in the defence of the realm, using his old military connections to bring the dissipated armies of Valisthea back under control. Nice. Nice. Edda. Alright, this is Mr. X's fabled choice, isn't it? A young woman with child who made her home in the Waluda village of Eastla. After the arch sky spread across the land, her fellow villagers turned Akashic and departed for revelry, leaving her alone. Afraid and in hiding, by fortune she was found by Clive and Gav, who took her back to the safety of the hideaway. It's speculated that the reason she survived is because the child growing inside her is a bearer, and thus more able to resist the effects of ether. So you mean to tell me, in the entire village there was only one pregnant woman? Really? I don't know, I still think that would be more common. I think you would see more people. Okay, it's a better excuse than nothing at all, I suppose. Right. Let's go back an entry for Ultima. The otherworldly being behind much of the tragedy and turmoil that has plagued Valisthea, and the creature King Barnabas and Waloed worships as his god. Ultima requires a vessel in which to inculcate his disembodied soul, and Clive's curious ability to absorb the powers of other icons suggests that he is the very mythos that Ultima has long awaited. He wills Clive to absorb the other icons, that his vessel might be perfected. He wishes. Ultima, one of a race of ancient godlike beings. It was their creation of magic that led to the rise and spread of the blight. The few survivors of their race fleeing to the unspoilt land of Valisthea to attempt to remake the world. For this they created the mother crystals to harvest huge amounts of ether and sowed the seeds of humanity, that it might one day produce a vessel strong enough to channel it, that the humans would one day develop wills of their own they did not foresee. So they just thought they'd walk around like loads of Akashic zombies. And that's why Barnabas thinks of the Akashic as pure, because they don't have any will at all, because they're just mindless zombies. And this is the DLC. Okay. Right. Oh my god, we got Famiel lore. Oh, fuck. Okay. Right, we got 5 pages of this bullshit, so lock up, guys. Hooded Miner. The leader of a trio who appear to be involved in the dusk crystal trade. Any attempt at identifying him is stymied by his hempen hood. Well, that's, if there's one thing that's superpower, it's a hood. Anyway, Famiel, the leader of a trio who appear to be involved in the dusk crystal trade. After being chased from the gates of Port Isolde on suspicion of trading in contraband, they fled north, with bandits and beasts in pursuit. Their path took them nigh to the Sage Spire, an ancient fallen tower with which they seem strangely familiar. At the Sage Spire. The leader of the Dusk Crystal Miners, he and his associates Halleck and Marnek have long been visiting the Sagespire to claim for their own in the bounty of magic mother crystal that sleeps within. The darkening of the skies brought with it a sudden efflorescence of crystal, which the miners sought to take advantage of by trading their excess yield on the black market. After the Sagespire again, the leader of the Dusk Crystal Miners, he and his associates hail from an isolated community driven from their ancestral homeland by the spread of the blight. That had to have been bullshit, didn't it? Like, because he wasn't. He was always buried away. But one of those tides people, isn't he? Having long relied on dust crystals for their survival. However, on learning that it is the crystals that cause the blight, and knowing that it is but a matter of time before the authorities, the twins discover the Sagespire and claim the mother crystal inside for themselves, he permits Clive to destroy the artificial heart. And here we go, this is the tides law. Right. More moat of water. Shula's the younger brother, tasked with venturing beyond the wall to secure funds and supplies for the moats of water. Most crucially, the dust crystals that he and the brothers Halleck and Marnek mined from the Sagespire. After their parents' passing, Famiel was raised by his sister, who elected to put his roguish charm and thirst for adventure to use in service of their community. In return for a solemn pledge that he would keep his true identity a secret, as well as his closest living male relative, it was Famiel's responsibility to take the father's role in the child's rite of immersion, which, to the surprise of everyone involved, he handled with aplomb. Fuck off. Guy did nothing. I went and did more of a mission than he did. Just cards on the table, guys, and everyone who knows me knows I don't like Famiel. The guy's a dick. Anyway. Laughing loud, I got you. I know you do, Bob. I know you do. Halleck. Right. One of Famiel's familiars alongside Marnek, engaged in mining shards of dust crystal from the magic mother crystal. His natural nervousness is exacerbated by the perilous situations to which his chief is wont to expose him. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. One of Famiel's familiars and fellow member of the Moats of Water, he and his companion Marnek were tasked with mining dust crystals from the sleeping Sagespire until the tower awakened, and the two came within a fallen abomination's fingernail of losing their lives. After being saved by Clive and returning to Mysidia, the brothers turned their attentions to assisting their leaders, starring Turnip while it's his rite of immersion, somehow coming within a curl's whisker of certain death in their hunt for incense. Yeah, they need to get some common sense. Something tells me about that. Anyway, Marnek, one of Famiel's familiars. Why don't you just call him his friend? They're friends, right? Let's just say that. Alongside Halleck, engaged in mining shards of dust crystal from the magic to mother crystal. Beyond being strong of thew and sunny of spirit, he finds himself well suited to physical tasks, and a good thing too for those in Famiel's employ often find themselves having to run for their lives at a moment's notice. Yeah, he should put that on all the fucking job applications for his friends, if you ask me. Right, one of Famiel's affiliates and fellow member of the Moats of Water, he and his companion Halleck were tasked with mining dust crystals from the sleeping Sagespire, a task that came to an inauspicious end when the tower awoke. Though his loose lips and less than lion-hearted nature have the habit of rousing Famiel's ire, his enthusiasm for undertaking any adventure his leader asks of him, whether it be delving deep into the fallen city to mine crystals or bearding a curl's den for a sample of tree sap, remain a constant source of approval. Lack of approval, I think. The tower. Right. Voice of Sagespire, or at least one heard echoing through its halls, He regards Clive and his allies as unwelcome intruders and seeks to remove them not merely from the tower itself but from existence. Its cold inhumanity suggests that it has no human consciousness. At its core, it is naught but another diabolical device of the fallen's creation. Shit. Hidden truths. The voice of Sage Pyre, or at least one heard echoing throughout its walls. It is an artificial intelligence that controls the functioning of the tower's divers contrivances, sending wave after wave of magic monstrosities to eliminate Clive and his allies, which was a fucking nightmare to do. However, Clive is not so easily eliminated. Oh, he died a few times. But thankfully the game kept respawning me with more potions, so it allowed me to finish it. And after destroying the heart of the man-made Mother Crystal, the voice falls silent. That fight was insane. Right, anyway. I put Stitch as a reference on a job application. No number, no description, just Stitch. Well, I'm sure I'll receive the notification in the mail, Goj. Someone will find a way of sending it to me. Shula, right. Famiel got more of a mention than Shula. He got 5 entries. She gets 4. Fucking hell. A character you don't even see outside of him being annoying gets more lore than a character who actually fights with you. Anyway, Shula, leader of the Motes of Water and author of the letter asking for Sid, the outlaw's aid in rescuing the dominant of Leviathan. That the note was delivered via the Veil suggests that she shares a friendship with the Dame, but the fact that she preferred a tent upon the isolated bluffs far from Northreach for a meeting place over Isabel's establishment implies a need for the greatest secrecy. Tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the Motes of Water, desperately seeking a means to free Wallius from the prison created for him by her ancestors. She invited Clive and his allies into her hidden home, though her strength may pale in comparison to that of her dominant guest. She is a skilled warrior in her own right, wielding both a weighty battle axe and the spells of a bearer. So she's a bearer as well. With Clive's aid, she has succeeded in freeing Wallius from his temporal prison, turning the child to the great river of life. She swears to care for Wallius as if he were her son, that she might atone for the sins of their forebears, but with that, the risk that the chaos enveloping the world beyond the wall may one day spread within it ever... Hang on a minute. But with the risk that the chaos enveloping the world beyond the wall may one day spread within it ever present, the future remains clouded for her and her people. Well, not if we fight Ultima and win. New Mother, yeah, sure. A New Hope. Oh my god, someone was a Star Wars fan. Tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the Motes of Water, and elder sister to Famiel, who she raised from a young age after their parents passed away. With her lifelong dream of saving Wallius made reality, she did what her forebears did not, and welcomed the child into the family by means of the rite of immersion. She promises to care for the boy as if he were her own son, hoping against hope that he will prove a rather less troublemaking charge than her wayward brother. Let's all hope he doesn't end up like a little shit like Famiel, eh? Although if he's being raised by the prick, I wouldn't have much hope in that regard. Anyway, Wallius. Well, he gets 6 entries for a baby who's hardly in it, but okay. Right. Slumbering dominant of Leviathan. The dominant of Leviathan who Shula would see freed from an 80-year imprisonment according to the Tributary's tale. It was the dominant summoning of his icon that brought forth the surge, frozen wave that looms upon the horizon north of Northreach, within which he sleeps even now. He doesn't anymore. I freed the little bastard. Wallius, the current dominant of Leviathan, born into the family of the Tributary of the Motes of Water some 80 years ago. Soon after his birth and awakening as dominant, he was subjected to a sinister ritual in the hope of harnessing the power that slept inside him. Alas, all did not go to plan. Leviathan ran amok and summoned a wave that would have destroyed Haven were it not for the second part of his family's plan, freezing the child and the world around him in time. Right, okay, I'm starting to understand this a bit more. Okay, this is good. Said family plotted to transform their new arrival into the heart of a mother crystal by means of forcing his icon to prime and freezing it in time when its aether channeling powers were in full flow. Their plan not only failed to produce a single crystal, but also made of Walius an eternal prisoner, whose release would spell doom for their people, drowned beneath Leviathan's waves. His only hope for freedom would be the coming of one who could remove his icon, or else best it in battle, one such as Clive Rosfield. Which we did. Fucking hell did we, it was a nightmare of a fight. Anyway, the current dominant of Leviathan was born into the family of tributary of Moats of Water some 80 years ago. Said family plotted to transform their new arrival into the heart of the Mother Crystal by means of forcing his icon to prime and freezing it in time when its aether channeling powers were at full flow. Their plan did not only fail to produce a single crystal, but it's the same law again. Swear to God, they just love dropping the same law again. While recent efforts by Clive and his companions have seen the baby fully freed from his chains, Ultima's untimely involvement has stirred the icon within poor Walius, and now a storm brews anew. Shit. That baby can jog right on. Something tells me it won't. What up, Stitch? Hey, Cloud.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome, dude. Good to see you. Did you have a good stream? The other day, I did see you briefly. Forget that, baby. Cloud, buddy. Thank the Lord you're here. We need a hero to save us from this horrid baby. Never. Walius is all right. He's got weird tattoos on his face, but he's all right. Imagine Sticks writing you a letter of recommendation. 70% of it is him saying, "Well, at doing this, he's shit," and light praises. Trust me, you haven't read my letters of recommendation. Anyway, after Clive took on the power of his icon and Shula unwove the spell that froze him in time, Walius' imprisonment was finally ended. Alas, so was Leviathan's, and with a little encouragement from Ultima, the icon resumed the rampage it had begun decades earlier, forcing Clive to face the maddened serpent in battle. The strength of Ifrit proved just enough to quell Leviathan's rage, allowing exhausted Clive to return baby Walius into Shula's loving arms. Fuck off. That was a nightmare of a fight. Hey all in chat, hope you're well, Stitch. I'm doing good, dude. You? How was your what were you playing the other day? I saw you playing Alan Wake 2. I remember what you were playing last time I saw you. Are you not doing any more Resident Evil 5 streams? They're quite fun. It's the Death Stranding fetus. It's not BB. BB's a girl. This is a boy, isn't it? I think it's a boy. Bob knows what's up. Bob does know. So does Mr. X. You all know. You're all here. You're all ill on the conspiracy. Anyway. Rite of immersion. Current dominant of Leviathan, born into the family of blah 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 blah. After Clive and his allies effected his release from a decade-long imprisonment, Shula brought baby Walius back to the Haven, where he was officially and warmly welcomed into the family by means of the rite of immersion. Oh, that's lovely. The Last of Us is up next for me. Really? Fucking hell. What, part 1 or part 2? Are you doing a full run or just a part, just like a 3-hour sesh of it? Delina. Adjutant to Shula, tributary of Haven, who ministers to the affairs of the Moats of Water when her leader is otherwise indisposed. It was she who informed the people of Haven of the coming of Clive and his allies, and ensured they would welcome the outsiders as if they were family. Right. Likely to be more often than not now Ashula has Walias to take care of. Among Dahlia's myriad of responsibilities is tending to the grave of the Witch of the North, a duty passed down to her from her great-grandmother, who cared for the woman in her final days and erected the stone after her passing. In the tale known only to the families of Dalina, the tributary, the same ancestor once came across a knight praying before the grave, perhaps the same man who once swore to defend the witch with his life. I thought that was a sheep. We're just basically saying that that woman was a dominant of Shiva, right? I'm not misunderstanding that. She was a dominant. And then she used her powers to freeze all of that shit and then set up a guard. And then when she died, the dominant of Shiva went to Jill or someone else. Right? That's how I'm reading it anyway. I know at least 3 different people who have been doing RE5 live streams lately. Really? Co-op has been very popular. Really? I didn't know that. Would you say you loved it, Cloud? Did you enjoy doing your co-op playthrough? Because you did do a co-op playthrough of Resident Evil 5, didn't you? It did look quite fun when they were doing it. Pavat. Oh yeah, the blacksmith. Who gets 1 lore entry. Haven's master craftsman. Though his social skills may be found slightly wanting, his artisanal skills are unquestionable, especially considering the lack of supplies available in the Moats of Water's hidden home. His feelings for his wife, Widra, however, are both diverse and abundant. Really? Why is it diverse? Surely it just means he loves her, right? Don't understand why he... Okay. Claudia, hello, I'm back. Welcome back, Mr. X. Hey, Stitch. Hey, lady.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, mate. How you doing? Jesus. Glad to see you guys. How's the PS5 going? Cloud, have you recommended Lady any more games yet? Jamila, once a courtesan at the Vale, who ventured beyond the Mysidian glamour to earn much needed coin for a family. There she fell in love with a sensitive Sambuqua soul, but knowing that she could never reveal to him her true identity without putting her people in danger, she fled home, only to meet with him again in Mysidia. Now she divides her time between cooing with Herve and caring for her sister, a new mother who has volunteered to be Wallace's wet nurse. Jesus, okay. That's interesting. I'm okay, good. Good weekend, everyone, as well. I didn't ask you guys if you had a good weekend. What games have you been playing? Don't ask my community enough. I should ask you guys more often, to be honest with you. I'm a bad host. Hello, Lady Gamer. Everyone, Stitch is a liar pants for hire. You can't hire me, I quit. Waifu Jamila. Okay, thanks. Plus, I'm about 5 hours into Astro Playroom. Oh! You're really enjoying Astro then. Hey, Mr. X. Astro's Playroom is so fun. I know, you guys should buy... You should buy Astrobot, lady. I think you'd like that. Ban it. Sidious is master of the healing arts, who attends to her countrymen's ailments with traditional medicines and charms. Talor proved a particularly difficult patient, as none of the experimental decorations bubbling away in her kitchens proved effective against the Tombury curse. Okay, yeah, I remember that, the Tombury curse. This was the guy who was doing the Tombury Kush. Father of Pavat, blacksmith of Haven, in his younger years, Talor was one of the chosen few permitted to travel beyond Mysidia's borders to trade with the outside world. Alas, on one ill-fated trip, he was arrested by the Gregorian Inquisition, tortured as a heretic. When the sight of Clive's longsword reopened those wounds, he went and smoked some Tombury Kush and got off his nuts, and then nearly died for having an overdose of Tombury's cock-flavoured marijuana, and that was game over for him. And the Tombury Kush won. And it can only be saved when I killed the king, for some reason. Anyway, He made an offering of the Gregorian Maternoster to a tomboy altar, hoping to bring a curse upon those who had terrorized him so many years earlier. No, it was the tomboy Kush, I'm telling you right now. There we go. What were they thinking? Crazy how many people with PS5 have never even played Astra's Playroom. I haven't played it, to be fair. You just assume, don't you? You're wired to believe that a game that costs nothing probably has no production value in it. But I have heard good things, to be fair. But notice the difference between the free Astra's Playroom and the full price Astrobot. I haven't, I haven't even played much of Astrobot, to be fair. Guys, what's your PS5 idea? Where can I go find it? 2 separate games with very much worth a playthrough. Spelled exactly like that. Oh, what? Same as your YouTube ID, Goj? Yeah, because I think Bob wants to ping you. Rowan, a trader in all matters chocobo who works out of Martha's Rest. It was he who gifted Ambrosia or Whiteheart, as he knew her, with the riding back she wears to this day. He is equally generous when it comes to bird food, sharing the minute gourd Clive needed to keep Ambrosia calm on the journey to Mysidia without thought of recompense. Yeah, but he was a bit of a dick at the beginning of the game, if I recall. Yisei. This is the witch, isn't it? Okay, we get to read a bit of lore about the witch. This should actually be interesting. Okay. A woman of the Northern Territories who breathed her last some 80 years ago. She had been employed by the Northern Thanes to weave a spell to stop time, that they might prevent the fall of Drake's Eye and hence their nation. When at last she perfected the spell, it was already too late to save the Mother Crystal or the witch. Her flesh nigh consumed by the crystal's curse, it was in this state, close to death, and abandoned by a people that the motes of water stumbled upon her. They cared for her as best they could. In return for their kindness, she gifted them her spell, which was probably just her summoning Shiva. I mean, if we're being honest, it had to have been. Woman of... Right. How much of that is the same? Like the first paragraph. They might prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, though the plan failed. The Vare she designed to cast, it remains atop the air in hours, the air of hours to this day, as docks her ether bearing the unmistakable signature of a dominant of Shiva. Yeah, so she must have been a dominant of Shiva. Right, here we go, it's a full one. One of the Northern Territories dominant Shiva before Jill, who breathed her last some 80 years ago. She had been employed by the Northern Thanes to weave a spell to stop time, that they might prevent the fall of Drake's Eye. To this end, they brought her to Mysidia, where she laboured night and day to perfect the magic that might save her nation, watched over all the while by a knight whose thoughts were only ever of protecting his lady. And he was basically her charge, I suppose. Right, that's the character portion done. 2 separate games, both very much worth a playthrough. He wants to do what to me? Touch you in funny places, guy. Pause, laughing at her. She literally looks like Jill. Yeah, actually, you make a good point. Are we saying that's Jill's mother then, are we? Right, are we saying that's a possibility? That Issei is actually somehow related to Jill? Because that's how the dominant line goes, isn't it? It goes through family members. You would have thought, wouldn't you? Anyway, Valisthea, a realm comprising the twin continents of Storm and Ash, over which the Mother Crystals once stood vigil, countless eons ago. Ultima arrived here, fleeing the blight that devoured his own homeland, and resolved to rebuild the world and usher in a new and final stage of pure reason. It was he who placed the Mother Crystals in each corner of the land, that they might harvest the ether he needed to achieve this end. Okay. Curse Breakers, a unit drawn from those of fighting age and martial training among the residents of the hideaway, who conduct operations to liberate bearers from slavery. Beginning in Sid's hideaway, the order has greatly expanded both in ranks and its operations since the move to Benamir. While Otto manages their activities, day-to-day operations but are led by Doris and Cole, Potential new recruits must undergo rigorous training and pass an induction test before joining the Cursebreakers ranks. Tasty treats. Let's keep going. Right, what I got here? Port is old. You say waifu. Previous dominant of Shiva. I didn't know that. There you go, Mr. X. You see, this is what happens when you consume the lore. This is why we must consume the lore. It's essential. She is a dominant of Shiva, so she's probably related to Jill. That's where my money is, anyway. Port is old. Port city situated on the southwestern coast of the imperial province of Rosaria. Following the fall of Rosaria to imperial rule, the city became a stronghold of the western garrison. Its gates closed to native Rosarians seeking shelter from chaos enveloping the world beyond its walls. However, with the collapse of the empire and the withdrawal of the garrison, Port Isolde has reverted to local rule. The sellswords in Lord Byron's employ, ensuring her gates remain open to refugees, yet closed to those who would usher it outside chaos within. Nice. Jesus. How much lore is here, man? It's crazy. Northreach. Town which once acted as a defensive gateway to Sambrecht's holy capital of Oriflamme. Not long after the skies took a turn for the ominous and most the old capital was lost to an ether flood, the Imperial High Cardinal arrived with designs to build a new empire, but at great cost to the citizens of Northreach. It was at this time Ultima's thralls descended upon the fields, both north and south of the Great Wall, forcing those citizens to choose between abandoning their town or fighting and possibly dying for those they loved. The people chose the latter, and after a hard-earned victory, the High Cardinal was finally convinced to join hands with Madame Isabel, and a modicum of order was at long last restored. Ah, yes, that's good. The Vale's owner and proprietor Isabel has long sought to provide her unique brand of success, succor to all who seek it. And as such, she welcomes into her halls those from all walks of life, be they noble or lowborn, serf or soldier. This hospitality extends to even the exiled motes of water. Showing empathy with their plight, they happily offers what assistance she can, be it aid, protection or employment. Pretty sure she wasn't a key character in DLC though, was she? I mean, one of the people in her employ, I guess, was, but it wasn't her, was it? I'm assuming they just couldn't afford to bring the voice actress back, or they couldn't get her booker or something. I don't know. Right, the Dalamil Inn, the literal oasis. Dalamil offers goods, food, and respite to those travellers who make the long march through western Dalmekis, sweltering Velcroy Desert. Since the fall of Drake's Fang, however, what was once a constant flow of visitors has dried to all but a trickle, leaving the town in dire straits and tensions amongst the citizens high. When faced with a horde of Akashic bandits beating at both their gates, Lubor, renowned blacksmith, convinced the town guard and its league of merchants to put aside the differences and join hands to fight for their people's survival. For his accomplishment, he earned not only the respect of his peers, but with it the position of mayor, despite it being a bearer. Well, at least that's good. Although, again, there's a few details missing there that make it a bit of more of a silly quest. Stitch is a former dominant of Taco Hell. That's true, I am. You know, I love me a bit of Taco Hell. Like Taco Bell, but in hell, yes. I serve, and in it, I don't serve tacos or anything like that. I serve kebabs. German doner kebabs, ironically, in abundance. So, you know where to go if you want some amazing GDK. Seratina, a humble settlement situated on the far northern edge of western Dalmekia's Velcroy Desert. Though long abandoned by its original residents, the so-called League of Outlaws had taken up residence here for a time. The sudden arrival of an ether flood rendered the bandits Akashic, all but sealing the village's fate. Oh well, we won't lose any sleep about bandits, will we? Unless they're sticky bandits. Then I've got a huge problem with it. Next, Kingdom of Waloed. The sole surviving nation in Ash, shortly after the death of Barnabas Thamir, scion of the Demekis and cat's paw of Ultima, Drake's spine was shattered. leaving the capital of Stone here without Mother Crystal and King. Well, they'll find a way. Stone here, capital of the Kingdom of Waloed, located on the coast of Briggs Calm, Ash's northernmost bay. Its Mother Crystal, Drake's Spine, was eventually destroyed by Cid and his allies, but by this time the city had already been lost. Its leader perished atop a distant spire, its citizens reduced to mindless thralls, and its streets claimed by orcs and masterless beasts. Yep. Ultima's favourite kind of follower. Brainless ones. Drake's Spine, Mother Crystal that towered over stone here, capital of the Kingdom of Waloed. The fall of Drake's tail meant that for a brief moment it was the last remaining Mother Crystal in Valisthea. That moment, however, ended abruptly when the spine fell, following Clive's otherworldly struggle with Ultima. Taco Hell abilities. Just throw him a giant taco shield and shit. Or give me a Leviathan dodge. Give me that. Give me the Leviathan dodge. You know I'm going to be using the shit out of that on the hard mode run, don't you, Bob? Anyway, in the year 878, the Waloed, capital of Stone here, already besieged by Akashic and Beastmen, was rocked yet by further destruction of its Mother Crystal. Drake's Spine at the hands of Cid the Outlaw and his companions. Ravenwit Wolves. Ravenwit's towering rampart fills the narrow valley betwixt two adjacent peaks, crafting a nigh impenetrable barrier that serves to protect the royal capital of Stone here from armies that might attempt an approach from the southwest. Once manned by a garrison of hundreds, the walls are now empty save for a handful of orcs and those beasts of war that managed to escape from their pens. Sounds like fucking Lord of the Rings, doesn't it? We got going on here. Balmung Dark, a Colosseum-like prison located immediately north of Ravenwit Walls. In the Kingdom of Waloed, bearers sent here became the unfortunate subjects of an ambitious military endeavour designed to train untrainable beasts of war. When the kingdom fell and the wardens lost their wills to the ether, those same bearers were left in their cells to starve, which most did. Fucking hell, that's dark, man. That's dark. If everyone in this chat doesn't add me on PlayStation right this instant, I will stalk your undead corpses. I think I've already got you, Goj. I think you're already safely in my list. Mikkelberg, a settlement situated in the south of Waloed. After being abandoned by its former residents, it became something of a gathering place for followers of the Saviour cult. Recently arisen on Ash, leading the Undying to dispatch an investigative mission there. If you lived in Mikkelberg, you were wanted to be a zombie, basically. Sounds great, doesn't it? Everyone should go there. Garnick, an idyllic mountain village in the Kingdom of Waloed, or at least what remains of it. Here an old acquaintance of Hippocrates made his home, quietly amassing a vast collection of rare tomes before Ultima advanced with his machinations rendered the realm Akashic and stripped him of his very will. We didn't get to see him as a zombie, did we? That's a shame. The Bad Batch Conservatory. Again, someone was a very big Star Wars fan. A dilapidated orphanage of bearers that sits upon a hill overlooking the verdant plains of Vidagrees in Waloed. The children who lived here were not cared for, but rather experimented on, enduring harrowing tortures designed to turn them into fearless, mindless weapons, an education that few were to survive. That's basically Stranger Things, isn't it? That conservatory is basically about trying to make 11. And I haven't even seen it, but I know that's what she's called. Reverie. An impossibly tall tower in central Ash that seems to pierce the very heavens. It was built by Ultima when he first arrived in Valisthea. From its heights he examined the flow of ether through the land and thereby determined the optimum placement for the mother crystals. So he just randomly placed them all over the shop. Interesting. Crystalline Dominion. A once independent state straddling the continents of Storm and Ash. Sand required dominance here, and with it, any semblance of order was brought crashing down in the bloody coup led by Prince Dion Lesage. Not long afterward, Twinside's luckless inhabitants were subjected to further misfortune when the fall of the realm's final mother crystal at Drake's Spine earned an ancient construct to rise from beneath their city, sowing death and devastation in its wake, and effectively decimating the already reduced populace. Well, that was that weird octopus thing, wasn't it? None of the other mother crystals did that, and yeah, that one did. I swear to God, some of the crystal lore is very confusing. Anyway, got me out on Xbox, not PlayStation. I know, because I've got Spider-Man with cameras all over your living space. Thought I did. Well, see, one of my friends did, so that's how I know. But you can do it later after the stream, perhaps. I will, mate. Just send me your Discord, me your thing, and I'll add you. I will do it. Promise. Northern Territories. Once home to a handful of small but proud nations, the northern reaches of Storm are now almost entirely lost to the blight. Her people forced from their ancestral homes to find refuge in Valisthea's more hospitable climes. The region's downfall can be attributed to the fall of its only mother crystal, Drake's Eye. Some 40 years passed, while a last-ditch attempt was made to save the crystal by having Shiva's dominant freeze it in time. Her efforts ended in failure. The ruling Thanes turned their eyes south to Rosaria for a new source of power, and while their first forays were met with success, they proved no match for the might of the duchy, and were ultimately pacified by Archduke Elwyn Rosfield's armies. Okay. Drake's Horn, a mother crystal which once stood in southern Ash. For generations, the lands surrounding it were inhabited by a peaceful people known as Moats of Water. However, the fall of Drake's Horn 300 years ago left Drake's Spine the only mother crystal on the continent, and sparked a decade-long conflict for control of its etherical bounty. The Moats, their homelands fast being consumed by the blight, unable to compete against the warring tribes, chose to adopt a nomadic lifestyle which would continue for the next 2 centuries. Okay. Lots of games to play out there, guys. I know. Stitch's breath control will be that of trumpet player after enough of these lore while walking streams. I know you could tell I'm out of breath. Oh God. Yes, tired. Drake's Eye, mother crystal which stood frozen in the frozen waters of northern Stormlands, is now lost to the blight. Soon after the mother crystal fell, the tribes of the north, in a bit of desperation, marched south into Rosaria, Shiva's dominant at their fore. A terrible battle ensued in which fire was pitted against ice, but eventually the Phoenix and the ducal army succeeded in driving back the invaders for a time. I thought Elwyn wasn't chosen. So who was Phoenix before Joshua? Because that was the first time Joshua primed at the beginning of this game, and they wouldn't have sent him out to battle, would they? I don't know. A mother crystal which once stood in the frozen wastes of Northern Storm lands, now lost to the blight. Before its fall, some 80 winters past, the ruling Thanes charged the dominant of ice to devise an incantation that effectively frees time around the crystal, preventing its fall, which is what they did with Wallius. Yet, while the dominant succeeded in creating the spell, it was too little too late, and the Drake's Eye shattered not long after, sending the region into chaos. Shit. Okay. Sins of Demekis, an incident told of the myths of legends throughout Valisthea. Tales are to be believed mankind, drunk with avarice, thought to challenge the gods, and in return for his hubris were met with divine retribution. The enormous crater in Dalmek is said to have been the site of the final battle of his great conflict, surrounded by relics and ruins which would seem to suggest some truth behind the tales. An incident in which the Fallen launched an assault on the Mother Crystal Demekis to claim its power, and in so doing, stoked the Eye of Ultima himself in response. Self-proclaimed god destroyed the crystal, leaving behind both the great yawning crater and a cautionary legend that has since spread throughout Valisthea. So the thinking there is then that Ultima destroyed a mother crystal that the Fallen created, but we know they created another one in a secret location, which is what the DLC was about. But yeah, I guess he didn't know about that one. Saviour cult, a religion that has arisen in recent years in Ash and which has its basis in the circle of Malleus, an ancient faith whose followers worshipped Ultima as the god. It's popularised by King Barnabas Thummer of Waloed, who spread its prayers and rituals among his people. Believers are becoming Akashic. Believers see becoming Akashic as a means of achieving purity and of being freed from the torments of the mortal realm. Yeah, nutters. They would rather become a zombie than... They'd rather have no will than have will, I guess, is the way this Ultima would frame it. Triunity of 878, an alliance formed by Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses in the comfort of his well-appointed mansion in Port Isolde. According to the agreement reached between those he summoned to his aid, Lord Rosfield would take charge of supplies, Field Marshal Eugen Havel of military affairs, and Quinton of Lostwing would handle political affairs. With these key angles covered, they hoped to lead Valisthea forward on a path of unity. Given their home countries of Rosaria, Dalmekia and Sambrek, respectively, the name of the famed treaty of old all but suggested itself. Some of these words, I swear to God. Go to your privacy settings, making it possible to send you a request. Oh. You need to get on that, Goj, if you're listening. Interdimensional rift. A place beyond space and time, termed both a rift between worlds and our darkness by its creator, Ultima. Clive and Joshua were forcibly summoned here by the mad deity when they ventured too close to the heart of Drake's spine. Upon fighting their way free, the pair emerged to find that their victory over Ultima had resulted in the shattering of the Mother Crystal. Nice! Yes, I love that. Origin. Or should we say prologue? I know, what's it? What's the back end of it? I can't remember. Prologue's before the story, isn't it, I think? I don't know. A vast structure that lay dominant beneath the crystalline dominion for countless centuries. When Ultima's scheme reached its final stages, it was summoned from the depths, sowing untold destruction, leaving bleak black skies in its wake. It eerily resembles a mother crystal. And this is all the DLC shit. Okay. Sage Spire. Centuries of slumber, the Sage Spire has awoken, albeit for reasons unknown. An early survey of its interior suggests the tower is indeed the source of the realm's dusk crystals. Specimens seemingly growing from walls in large, uncontrolled clusters, also identified as what appeared to be crystalline hearts set high upon the crystal dais. Most disturbingly, however, the tower seems to exhibit a manner of sentience, reacting to those who cross the tower's threshold and speaking to them in a language that is both at once uncomfortably familiar and utterly foreign. Okay. A cursory analysis of the voice records discovered in the tower suggests that Sage Spire was a facility dedicated to the mass production of artificial crystal. Even after the facility was abandoned following the tragedy at Zemeckis, the remaining specimens continued to slowly grow until the destruction of the spire's heart emitted a sudden discharge of discordant resonance that led to the shattering and dissipation of all nearby dust crystals. While the main function of the Sage Spire was the mass production of artificial crystal, the fallen facility also appears to have been used in the Magitech repurposing and weaponization of byproducts from the crystallization process. The site was evacuated and sealed during Ultima's assault on Zemeckis, with tower security and maintenance duties relegated to echo-like automata, tireless machines that stalk the spire's ivory walls to this day. Sage Spire whooped you. Fuck it, mate, all the DLC whooped me, let's be honest. Think you found echoes of the fallen harder than most of Rising Tide. Rising Tide was longer in terms of content, but because let's face it, the Echoes of Fallen was like one area, and it was just it was a boss rush, wasn't it? And I'll admit, it was harder. Especially Omega. That fucking weapon was a nightmare. But, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to beat any of these on hard mode, but I'm going to have to. It's going to be a fucking nightmare. But yeah, no, I found them both hard, if I'm honest. Besides Leviathan. Leviathan was shit purely because, well, that fucking damage, that fucking DPS check shield is bullshit. Do one wrong move there and you are fucked. But yeah, the dim. Once a lush woodland that provided abundant game and charcoal to the residents of Eastpool, recent decades have seen the blight gradually rob the region of nature's bounty, leaving little but lifeless stone and blackened bows, whatever the fuck. For few brave the road north these days, save bandits, brigands, and the occasional fool who thinks he might be the one to finally discover an entrance to the save spire and claim the fabled treasures within. And only the bottom paragraph of this changed. Rumour has it that with the sage spire's recent awakening, ruins in the area have inexplicably flung their gates open, introducing all manner of grim and grotesque creatures into the heretofore abandoned waste. Lovely. Well, obviously saying I've got those turned off. What the heck? I've got to check it out. Get on it, Goj. Get on it, bruh. Mysidia. Long thought lost to the blight, Mysidia is in fact one of the last few regions in the former northern territories that remains lush and teeming with life. Though one might not believe so when viewing it from across Oilerfest Bay. This is solely due to the powerful magic glamour directed by its residents, the moats of water, to make the land appear to be dead from the outside and thus discourage unwanted visitors. The region was abandoned almost a century ago following a failed attempt by the ruling Thanes to cast a spell that might halt the decay of their mother crystal. Drake's Eye only to be claimed by the moats of water, but a few years later. Order restored. The remote corner of Valisthea was once home to thousands of northerners who maintained an expensive religious complex dedicated to the worship of Shiva. Following a failed attempt to devise and conjure a spell that would prevent the mother crystal, Drake's Eye, from cracking, the location was abandoned by all, save an ailing witch who died a short time after. While the people of the north might abandon a region that had yet to succumb to the blight remains a mystery, but decades of subsequent assaults on Rosarian land suggest that Thanes sought strength in numbers by consolidating remaining populations near the ducal border. Several years after the Northern's departure, the moats of water claimed the land for their own, establishing a small village and casting a glamour about the region that made it appear to have already succumbed to the Deadlands. With their supply of crystals that power the glamour now dwindling, the moats now must look to restoring their ties with the outside world. Well, or unless we can kill Ultima in that time, then they won't be hassled. Surge. Towering wave seemingly froze in time for the past 80 years. Due to its sudden appearance off Mysidia's Cape, Nepto immediately following the fall of Drake's Eye, scholars generally presume that two occurrences are related. Shula, tributary of the moats of water, is to be believed. However, the wave was not only summoned by Leviathan the Lost, but that of Icon's dominance still slumbers within it. According to Shula, tributary of the moats of water, the wave was not only summoned by Leviathan the Lost, but that Icon's dominant lies trapped within, victim of terrible ritual that sought to harness its power. It was summoned by the Icons of Water, Leviathan, when the moats of water sought to sacrifice the baby Walius, Leviathan's newborn dominant, in an attempt to create their own mother crystal before the wave could swallow Mysidia. And the moats cast a counterspell to stop time, effectively freezing both water and child, but damning poor Walius to an endless slumber. Actually, that's the same paragraph. Miles has since been freed from his temporal bonds, but the spell remains active, focused on the surge for fear of what might happen to Mysidia should the wave be released. Why do you think it will destroy it then? I mean, I thought it would be released when you beat Leviathan and beat that timekeeper. Surely I would have thought that wave would unfreeze, but for some reason it hasn't. I don't understand the law around that, but anyway. Alright, hold on, let me do this in a discreet way instead of on here. Yes, best to do it discreetly, Bob. The air of the hours. Atop one of the region's highest peaks sits the ancient stone temple awash in the glow of a mysterious blue light. For a magic artifact in its innermost sanctum known as the Vare, shines a bright ray of time-altering light that extends almost the forest canopy down to Cape Nepto and the Surge. Within its timeless halls is housed the Vare, a magical conduit through which ice-aspected ether is channeled and focused onto the seas of Cape Nepto, effectively haunting the flow of time in that precise location, as well as the temple itself. It is believed that the structure may have once been a place of worship where the ancient peoples of the north made offerings to the icon Shiva, while the now infamous Witch of the North used the temple during her research and development of chronomancy. The air of the hours did not get its name, however, until the magical Vare contained within halls was used by motes of water to halt Leviathan's rampage and seal him within the surge. I know, but he's now been freed, so you'd have thought the moat of water would be out of time, yeah? It would be free again, not frozen. That would have been quite a cool cinematic if it unfroze. But anyway. Haven. An idyllic village situated in the centre of one of the North's last remaining woodlands. Here live the motes of water, tribe originally hailing from Ash, having once arrived in the region in the last century. A wooden palisade encompasses their isolated community to provide protection from the region's myriad beasts and beastmen. Small village situated in the centre of Mysidia, the motes of water who established the current settlement nearly a century ago found their new homes amongst the ruins of pre-existing stone architecture. To ensure the existence of their people remains unknown, only a handful of Haven's residents are ever permitted to leave the village, and even then, usually only for the purpose of trade. The village has long been hidden from the outside world by a powerful glamour that Haven's residents maintained, with a network of stone cairns filled with crystal shards. I know, but how do they work? Like, what? Is it just like a... I mean, it's like it's like a Wakanda bubble, isn't it? But it's still weird how it works. Who the hell built it? Are we saying the witch built that? She gave them the glamour? I don't know. From the Haven's residential... From the Haven's residents maintain a network of stone cairns. Now, however, the crystal in short supply. The motes and their newly freed dominant warriors must prepare for the day that glamour fades. Cloak's top. Access to the village of Haven is limited to this narrow, poorly kept path that, following a punishing descent, skirts the edge of the Lost Cloak, where peril oft awaits those who pay more attention to the breathtaking vistas than they do to the path beneath their feet. I know, but you'd have to be a crazy person not to look at your feet if you're climbing that fucking thing. Father's Fell, a strand of primeval forest. Its name given by the motes of water, whose fathers and grandfathers first felled the trees there to fortify Haven. Village woodcutters still visit the area to this day, careful not to over-harvest and always mindful to replant. Village trappers also frequent the area to take advantage of its abundant game that provides Haven with a source of meat. Pelts to trade in Northreach. Tailwind Bay. While technically the western edge of Oilfest Bay, this stretch of calm ocean off Mysidia's eastern coast earned the name Tailwind after Leviathan primed here 80 winters past and laid waste to the shoreline with the thrashing of his mighty tail fin. Okay, interesting to know. Maiden's March. There was once a time long ago when young women of the north would make pilgrimages to massive temple complexes dedicated to the worship of Shiva. Here they would walk the path of ice, stand before the sacred altars to place their offerings and receive the icon's blessing. Okay, cool. Rivers meet. So severe was the Leviathan's wrath 8 years ago that much of the Mesídia's terrain was forever altered. From the sea rushed in a wall of water, toppling trees, cutting new canyons and swallowing homes. When the waters finally receded, the land was unrecognisable. Lakes where there had been none, rivers joined where once they had been separate. Sunken ruins of Rivers Meet is one such place. Oh yeah, I remember seeing all those houses buried. Yeah, it did look pretty fucked. We're blaming Leviathan for that, are they? Okay. Langrar Falls, a magnificent waterfall overlooking the ruins of an ancient northern settlement. It was here the baby Wallace's mother, unable to bear the pain of losing her son to sacrifice, took her life, casting herself off the cataract slip and into the rocks below. Oh, fuck. Traces of her life ether, however, must have remained, as her sons, Igi, Valios, was inexplicably drawn to this very spot over 80 winters later. The motes of water still visit the location annually to pay their respects. At least someone does. Right, the Lost Cloak. Towering cliffs that stretch along the border between Sambrek and Northern Territories are known as the Lost Cloak, the Giant's Cloak, or simply the Cloak, and earn their name from their appearance, that of the mantle draped over the shoulders of a mighty titan. Really? They get that from that, do they? Don't know, does that look like a cloak to you? A giant in a cloak? I'm not getting that, but okay. Just looks like a load of rocks in front of other rocks to me. Anyway, for nearly a century, the region has been shrouded in a magical glamour, making it appear simply another stretch of empty deadlands and discouraging all from approach. At least it does that, I suppose. Orlifest Bay. Stretching west from the former holy capital of Oriflamme, Orlifest Bay was, until recently, utilised by northern Thanes to raid and the wheat and rye fields of Royal Meadows. To prevent such unwanted incursions into Imperial lands, the Empire lined the coast with watchtowers from Moor to Northreach. However, as the blight swallowed more and more of the north, forcing the Thanes into isolated pockets, the frequency of these raids triggered to almost nothing, and now only a handful of the towers remain. That's where Clive was, wasn't it? Looking over that bay. I remember when we were with Torgal. How much lore do we have left? Right, we've been going for an hour and a half. We'll look at the other two next time before we do more of these challenges. Otherwise, we will never start any of these trials. I'll be reading for the next 2 hours. And I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice, damn it. You can probably tell. It's not only me getting out of breath, it's also me losing my voice. An hour and a half of talking does that to poor old Stitchy. Anyway. Right. The treadmill is off. The treadmill is off. And Stitchy is now about to get real. I shouldn't be doing this on stream, but fuck it. You guys are going to see me rage. I hope you get what you're after. Alright. I'm still going to stand, but I'm just not going to be walking.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Oh, let me do this in this screen. Don't worry, I made sure everyone in chat besides us is a government agent, so no need to worry about privacy. As long as they're James Bond, you're fine. Post your CC and SS number 2, you can't trust them. Yeah, and also give me a PIN and sort code. Don't forget that as well, you need to give that. And also, obviously, the long number on the debit card. You know, give that. Obviously, a postcode. You've also got to scan your face. You know, make sure you give them a nice picture. You know, give them all your details. Give me a mobile number as well. You know, you never know when they might need it. Sensitive. Yoji joke, but I know I'm on a list due to knowing we're in a simulation. Wink, wink. Totally. Really? We're not in a simulation? I thought the Matrix was real, you motherfuckers. God damn it. Okay. Guess I'm going to have to accept that, yeah, I'm not in the Matrix. I'm so gutted. I thought that was true. Anyway. Right. Alright, so we're doing the Ifrit challenges. Thankfully, I think we've got everything for the fire type. So we should be able to get that one going, no problems. How much of the other ones do we have? I'm trying to think of the next thing I'm going to invest my money in. We could get the rest of Odin's shiitake, but I think we should start unlocking some of Leviathan's shit. I'm probably going to need that for when we do other things. Unlock Tsunami. Boom. 750. Holy shit. 6,000. Okay, you're high, but okay. Lameo Bob, some tips for tcgstitch. Yeah, well. Just give me some holy water. We should be alright then. Alright, I know we got to go to Martha's Rest. I remember it. My nine Christ, we are the simulation. No! Don't do it, God, yeah. Don't do it. Right. Oh god, this is going to be so shit. I'm going to be terrible at this. Oh, fuck. Okay. Guys, if I get angry, I do apologise in advance. I'm not excusing my behaviour, but I am going to apologise for it in advance. And just know I don't like the angry side of myself, but it is unfortunately there. So if I call anything a prick or a complete arsehole or a cunt or whatever, or a cheating motherfucker or whatever, you just, you know, just know I don't mean it entirely. Although, you know, maybe some of it. There we go. Oh shit. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay. Trial by fire. Alright, what we got? What onion rings are we getting out of this? Alright, 3 bonuses. Shift combo. What have I got? I've got my shift. I've got my uppercut. And I've got my Scarlet Cyclone. That's all I got. I'd like to give a tip to Jill. Just the tip. Nice, Coach. Who are you? I don't know. An idiot. If you maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm a bacon sandwich. Right, so precise dodge only gives me 1 fucking second, so that's going to be pointless. Deliver an attack. What about the dodge counter? Will that give me anything? Multi-blast. Alright, so this is that triangle move, isn't it? I get 5 seconds every time I do that, do I? Okay, that could be handy. Alright, I'll try doing multi-burst a few times. And I'll fire off my specials whenever I get a shot. That'll give me 12 seconds apiece. All bonuses and all 8 battles. And all 8 battle technique bonuses. What, all of these? Okay, I don't think I can earn all of them. Well, I can teleport. Double shift. Land a shift. Oh, right, so shift and then attack. Okay, maybe that's doable. Uppercut. Yeah, I can do that. Deliver a downward attack on a fallen enemy. Oh, so knock them on the ground. Yeah, that's not going to be guaranteed every time, is it? Delivering a killing blow to an iconic enemy. The iconic ability. Oh, killing blow. Yeah, but that's not unreasonable. The multi-burst is going to be doable. Okay. tcgstitch needs to move away from his basic fighting method, blindly attacking Goji Berry. Yeah, I do. I can no longer just mash buttons. The game's been broken for me. Every move from Stitch is pre-planned and calculated. That's another word for it, Goj. Another tip is to press square plus X triangle. Do it very quickly so it registers. So what? Square plus X together, and then triangle. Okay. Alright, I'll try that. You have a great sense of humour, Goji Berry. He's also got lots of berries, don't forget that. Can you guys also listen to the audio for me? Because it might have come out of sync because I was reading that lore for so long. But yeah, just let me know if the audio is out and we'll have to reset that, obviously. Okay, let's go. Thread the needle, thread the needle. Alright, so that's the move Bob's saying I should do more of. Doesn't always trigger though. I think I've got all the rewards for that. That's stage 1. Next. Oof. Alright, stage 1. I don't know how good I did. Did I do good? 148? What do you guys think? Was that alright? Total bonus this stage, 137 seconds. Don't forget to attack back when you dodge. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. So, because yeah, I kept finding that more I was spamming square and X and triangle, it stopped giving me rewards. So I gather it's got a check in it to make sure you don't keep spamming the same moves. Another technique I use is to lock on to do Phoenix Shift, then press R3 to switch to another target and quickly do a Phoenix Shift strike to them and just cycle among enemies. Don't forget to attack back when you dodge. Yeah, right, okay. Well, that was the easy round, wasn't it? There's like 3 others. Okay. Alright. The bonuses haven't changed or anything, have they? We've got the same setup as before. Okay. Round 2. Fuck a duck. Fuck a duck a doodle. Here we go. Shit. Yes! I want to win, damn it! I want to win! Don't deny me! Right, yeah, it's the same shit as before. Alright. Right, come on. Come on, Stitchy, you got this. You got this. Stage 2. Oof. Ow. Oh shit, it's that guy. Ow. Yeah, I didn't do very good there. Yeah, that was a bit of a burn. O then square, then circle and square. Yeah. You need to use the O ability to get points. How's it going? Hey Ben, how you doing, dude?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Well, I'm doing a challenge mode. It's time trials, and yeah, it's not going great. I'm having to fight boss monsters, and yeah, they stir me up a bit. Big Ben, thanks for chatting earlier. Nice, dude. It's good to see you as always. Keeping up the stream tradition, as it were. Hey there, the focus is real. It sure is, mate. Well, I mean, I'm not doing great. I've now got a minute. I've come down from like 2 minutes. Almost there, but you got to work to more time. Yeah. You love challenge. Oh, well, I suppose that is one way of putting it. I just don't like timed challenges. Hello, Ben. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. There's another 2 challenges I've got to do. And each with like tandem time. I've got 59 seconds to get a hell of a lot of fucking points in the next round. And get my time up and also not take a shit ton of damage. Which is easier said than done. Because you don't get any heals either. Oh, right. Okay, so more shift combos, Bob, you reckon? I'm not doing enough shifting. Okay. More circle than square than square. Okay. Hey, Mr. X, thanks for hanging out. Only first try. Yeah, well, I need all the luck I can get, mate. All the luck I can get. Heat wave counter, you should wait for projectiles, and you use the block parry for the projectiles. This is for platinum. It's one of the things for platinum, yeah. But I should get it done anyway, because otherwise it's just going to eat at me until I get it finished. I'll try and wait for... Which one does it? It's heat wave, isn't it? That does the counter. Oh, yeah, now one of my moves has changed. I've got Flames of Rebirth. Should I start the round using that? Because it's going to take a while to charge, isn't it? Would you recommend that, Bob? Like, should I fire it immediately, and then it should get me some, at least a bit of score from the beginning? Because I'm going to have to use it Also, circle, then triangle down a weak enemy and leave them vulnerable for a square kill. Circle, then triangle. Okay, okay. I'll try and remember that. But yeah, this is Ben. This is going to be one of the things for the platinum. It's going to be yeah, it's going to be quite nasty. But yeah, okay. But yeah, should I fire Flames of Rebirth right at the start of the fight? I'd recommend getting a half stagger and using it. If you can get the heat wave counter first, do that. Okay. So hold it for now and then use it like as a last ditch effort. Okay. Alright. Here we go. Ow. Let's use it now. He's staggered. That one. Ow. Well, yeah, this isn't looking good, is it? Use it on the mini bosses though. Okay. Yeah. I keep forgetting what's on each round as well. That's certainly not helping. It's like that, when I press circle, square, triangle, whatever, it doesn't give me the burst all the time. Like, sometimes I'll press it and I'm not sure I'm pressing it. Look, it just does normal attacks. It's not helping me. Well, it's not terrible. Not a terrible win for the first round. Use circle, triangle for enemies in the air. Triangle, circle. What does that do? Don't think I've ever used that combo before. Use it on the mini bosses though. Yeah, use the. Okay. It's round 1 done again. Round 1 isn't the difficult one. It's usually the ones with like multiple fucking mini bosses. That's the fucking issue. Gotta be like suave with the combat. And I am not suave. Alright. Double shift. And a shift shot. On an enemy in the air 2 times. Four hit melee counter closing an enemy with Phoenix shift. Okay, well that's one of them. Dispel an enemy projectile and land on a precision counter with a single heat wave. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. Strike 2 enemies with single Scarlet Cyclone. That should be doable. Precision dodge. See, I did that a minute ago. I did the precision dodge and it didn't trigger. I pressed square right away and it didn't do the counter. Deliver a downward attack to a full enemy. Ability finish. Yeah. And 10 magic bursts. Okay, that only gives me 5 seconds. The big winners are the shift combos and shit. First bonus, earn a battle technique bonus for the first time. Okay, 3 bonuses and 3 unique battle technique bonuses. 6 bonuses. So these are all just multipliers on the core battle techniques, right? 3 bonuses, 6 bonuses, bonus combo. Earn 2 unique battle bonuses in succession. For the next lightsaber for enemy, they throw projectiles from the jump. Use heat wave before they hit. Use lock on it, it'll keep you on track of that. Okay, L1, alright. Okay, let's go. Ow. A bit better than before. Not much better though. Doesn't defend melee, it only works for projectiles. Yeah, I know, but you've got to see when they're going to do it. It's just, you know, precision count and a W more, that will help. Okay. Okay, yeah. Need as much luck as I can get my hands on here. I've got 100 seconds back. Eesh. Okay. And I've got to fight the first wave on my own. And then would you say, like, when I get to the 2 magicked enemies in the second phase, that I should... when I get to the 2 magicked enemies in the second phase, that's when I should fire Phoenix, when they're at half stagger? Isn't that what you said, Bob? Is that where you want me to fire Phoenix... sorry, the... oh no, we're not on... We haven't got Cyclone yet, have we? Oh no, we're looking at the end of this phase. The next phase should be... For this time, maybe just use ultimate from the jump. Okay. Time is too pressed here. Yeah, okay. Get it out and done quick. Okay, shift combos. How do you switch between different enemies? What, do you just use the thumbstick? Or do I... Because, I mean, I think I've been just turning the lock on off and turn it back on again. Is it L1? Or do I just, like, move the R sticker? I don't know. How do I change lock on? You gain the most time from in the first 2 stages. Remember about the dodges. Press R3. Okay. I know it is annoying. Yeah, just... I mean, again, just trying to get your head around what to attack first. Okay. Stage 3. We got through it somehow. 1 minute 25. What's stage 4? It's 125 gonna be enough to beat down stage 4, whatever the fuck it is. It's gonna be about 20 bosses, probably, no, my luck. It's the right thumbstick in. Yeah, sorry Bob, I forgot. I wasn't even thinking that clearly when I got to that. Then I simply remembered of how many opponents there were, and that's how I collected precious seconds. Really? Shit, okay. Do it fast. Use Limit Gorge and Ultimate as soon as you can. Okay, mini boss. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. One minute 25. Holy shit. Oh my god, it's this thing. Okay. Right. Okay. Stage for this is mini boss. Okay. I'm assuming he's going to take a few more hits. At least it's one character to lock onto, though, not multiple. So I'm going to do switching. That's one good thing. Okay. Come on. God damn it. Fucking teleported. Of course it did. Oh. Damn it. Limit break, shit. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. All of that again. Right, yeah. Try circle triangle this time. Okay, okay. Not square, but then... Okay. Alright, I'll give it a go. Circle triangle. Triangle that. Circle and triangle, circle and triangle. So round, that was a good one. Cheers, mate. Gained some good time. Good. We'll see how we do in this one. Ugh. Back where I was before. I just hate that fucking guy. He keeps using that fucking fire and it stops you in your tracks. There's not a lot you can do about it. Finish point. Another dick down. Got through stage 3 at least. Oh, that's a shitter time than before. Oh, I don't think I'm winning this. Fucking hell. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. Punish, ability finished, multi-burst. What's multi-burst again? Land 10 magic bursts. That's the hardest one to do. Because I press square, then triangle, square, then triangle, square, then triangle. And it doesn't do anything. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But you have limit break from the start. Do I? I thought I just used it, killing that fucker. Or do they tank that up every fight? Okay, we'll see. I'll get in there, I'll fire my main moves, and then I'll fire limit break and pray that the RNG gods are on my side for once. Although I'm not hopeful. For the very fact I've got a minute on the clock. I'd be more confident if I had 2 for this thing. Because you can't knock it down. And yeah, it keeps using these fucking moves that basically push you back. They'd have to give it a fucking good health bar, wouldn't they? Alright. Snap, you're alright, my bad, yeah. I'm fucked. "59 seconds. Look how quick it's moving. Why don't you get any more bar? Does the time not fill up anymore in this round? This is not happening. I mean, really, what you need to do is save. You can't really use your limit burst in the fight before this one because you need the full bar. He's got too much health for. Yeah, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to try and rely on trying to beat the fight before. But even then, that'll waste time. This is difficult. Kill him. Round 1 done. Nice. That's a good time. Question is, will I lose it all in the next round? Oh, fucking hell. Really need to make sure you have at least 2 minutes. Yeah. The first mini boss fight about 1.5. Next trials time to be larger. Remember, for airborne enemies, use triangle to knock them down. Circle triangle. Right. Dodges are important. When you stun, you lose time. 3 minutes, don't waste it. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. I'm not so good for these speed rounds. Again, precision dodges are important. I get that, but yeah, they don't always trigger when you press the button. You dodge, but you need to count. I try. It's not easy, mate. I get it. It's just, yeah, it doesn't always work. Maybe I'm pressing it too late. I don't know. Look at that. Look. Two arseholes stopping me. Fuck off with that shit. Fuck off, you dick. Dodge, but you need to counter. I know I'm doing my best, mate, but it don't always trigger. I do press them. You just don't always know when a dodge is going to land either. Right. Stage 2 done. I mean, I'm more concerned about my health at this point. Because that fireball arsehole just keeps fucking wasting bar. This is the best run so far. Well, it is, but it's not for health, because I'm getting my arse kicked. That's the only problem with it. Throwing caution to the wind, you're still getting hit. Do it just to get a bit of bar back. Well, I've got good time, but if he does me in health, I am fucked. You also do the air combos, multi-square, multi-burst, square triangle, square triangle. Yeah, I can you? I didn't know you could do it in the air. Good, all you have to do now is not die. Yeah. Not sure what the odds are on that, but I'd take them right about now. Right, first of all, I need to get in there. I need to make sure my moves hit him. I can't use my move immediately. I have to wait for him to teleport, because he'll teleport as soon as I get to him. This little prick always dodges out of the way and moves. Two attacks hit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Hope she gets some damage. Far back up. Eat shit.
Nice try.
Yes! Ooh, boom! Ah. Flavor of fire. Flames of rebirth, residual fire ether, that having blah blah. Increases flame of rebirth damage by 8%. All that to increase one spell by 8%. It could have increased all of them, couldn't it? That would have been nice. Got it he's got this time. This is the opposite of Angry Rambo mode, Bob. tcgstitch, he just doesn't fight like that at all. He has to learn it in lightning mode. Good game. Cheers, Mr. X. Well, that's the thing. The reason I think I'm not so angry is because I'm still trying to understand what fucking moves I need to be firing. I think at this point I've acknowledged that I'm woefully unprepared for some of these challenges because, well, because I don't know the movesets inside and out. But that's one of them done. God, fucking hell. The final trial. A new level of Chronolith difficulty. The final trial is now involving the hideaways Areta Stone. What's the final trial? You're not telling me there's going to be a higher difficulty mode than this, are you? They're going to have a new level of Chronolith difficulty. Please tell me there isn't an achievement associated with that. I think I would lose my shit if there was. Remember to save the game, yeah, of course. Then forbid I overpower, can't lose that progress. W. Remember, first 2 stages you need to collect seconds. Yeah, I get it, I get you. No needed. Next trials will be harder. The word Stitch loves to hit. Oh, fucking right, I do. Oh, you mean it's going to get a little bit tricky? Oh, a little bit tricky. Oh, that's great. You don't need to do the final trial ones, just the regular level. Good. As long as they're not required for the plat. That's good. Because, yeah, I really don't want to have to do harder versions of these. I imagine you have to be so versed in the control scheme and everything that you basically have to be shaft with the controller. Leviathan next. Leviathan, really? I suppose I could use my super dodge. Although, will I get away with it in this, considering I have to be quick?
I'll build a barricade so sturdy.
Can't be doing too much super dodging if there isn't any wins. Or are you just picking Leviathan because you know it's going to be the hardest one? Oh dear me. Where is Leviathan's? Is it on the island then? It's here, is it? It's in Haven. Right, let's just go there and we'll see it on the map. I mean, I'm not sure I'm going to get this one done this stream, but maybe we could start it next stream. We'll have a go this stream and see what the whoop whoop is. Shop. Where are the trials? I'm not seeing them, Bob. Are they on the map? Witch's Grave. Journey's End? Is it in a different... It's hidden next to the topmost waypoint. Oh, okay. What, so this? It's hidden here, is it? Langlois Falls. Okay. Trust them to hide it. Fucking... Swear to God. The amount of shit they hide in this game. Alright, give me the chocobo. Let's just get there, shall we?
Good girl.
We've killed one trial at least. I've proven it's doable. To myself, that is. Not to anyone else. I'm sure anyone else can probably do these. It's just time trial-y trials. Fuck me. Fuck me. There's a blobber. Go to the left of the map. What, here? Or are you saying the left of Rivers Meet? Open the map again. I did. This the map? It's past Langlois Falls. Not Maiden's March. It's past Langlois Falls. Where the fuck is that? Langlois... The Lost Cloak. Not seeing Maiden... I've got Langlois Falls. Alright, Langlois Falls. Keep walking, but before Tailwind Bay. Okay. I mean, it's only a corridor anyway, isn't it? So it should be in sight if we see it. some monsters along here. Aha! There the little bastard is. Right, dismount. Theo Ambrose. So is it just not on the map? Oh no, now it is. It wasn't. Interesting. Okay. Right, let's save it here. Because we're going to be coming back here anyway. Right. Trial by water. Within this ancient men here waits a harrowing trial in which Clive must face to overcome a host of deadly foes, ruining the blessing of but a single icon, Leviathan. Begin the trial. Save. I already saved it, Mr. X. I'm way ahead of you. Right. Okay. Right. What does this game want me to use now? Because Leviathan set is actually quite strict. Okay, I can fire swells, hit an enemy 40 times with tidal torrent, charge torrent, or precision torrent. Okay, that should be doable. Constant stream, hit an enemy 20 times with tidal stream, charge stream, or precision stream. Precision dodge, deliver attack to a downed enemy. Ability finish, multi-burst. Ah, multi-burst is still in there. Okay. Right, so I know it's a square X kind of thing. Okay. Alright, wish me luck, guys. I need to get used to using this again because it's been a while. What the fuck is this? I keep forgetting I need to get my head around this moveset again. It's been ages since I've used it. How's that? Don't get in close range with me, boy. Ooh! Dead. Need to get my head around this a little bit. It's been a while since I've used this moveset. I can't even fucking remember the controls. Okay. Alright. Right, okay. Well, I got a few of them. Collateral swell. What's that one again? Alright, 3 enemies. Right, yeah. Multi-dodge. Oh, multi-deluge. Alright. Hit enemy 40 times. Fucking okay. Alright. Got through round 1. Whether or not I do so through the others is merely speculative at this point. Alright. Come on. Ooh. Stage 2. Oops. one done. Next. Super dodge. Oh, load up my super soaker ammo.
You're finished.
Boom! Mr. X, have you got the platinum trophy on this? That is a good question, actually, Mr. X. Do you have this one? I do, Ben. Bob does. Bob's the master of this particular game. That's why I'm adhering to. I mean, literally, I tend to rely on Mr. X's advice anyway because he was invaluable during the rebirth sesh. But yes, this one, Mr. X is a little bit more hands off on, but it's only because Bob has been chain playing this game for fucking ages. He's one of the crazy people, and by that I mean crazy good. But yeah, I don't know. Have you played this much, Mr. X, outside of I don't know, obviously like the first time you did it, or did you only do it once? Then again, you did rebirth once, I suppose. Mr. X is very much like me in that regard. I rely on you guys. You've seen me. I'm fucking clueless. The only thing I've got is somewhat good reflexes. On occasion. They don't even always work, my reflexes. That's all I have to offer. And my charm on the stream. Which, I mean, let's be honest, you guys don't come here for my charm. I mean, I love to believe you come here for my charm, but you don't come here for my charm. You come here to see me get mad. And I've been letting you down lately. I'm sorry for that. But we'll probably find one of these challenges that really pisses me off, and then you'll get your honey, okay? You'll get your honey. Christ. Oh shit, what does this mean? Oh god, is that... Whoa! Bloody hell! Sorry, boy. Refill me super soaker! That one. Shit, I'm farming blanks. No! Jesus Christ, the Tombury King. It's like the worst combo ever. Yeah. Shit, now he's pissed. Is this how easy Tombury King would have been if I could have used this fucking ability there? Jesus, he would have been fucking nothing. Bob, you've been holding out on me. Didn't know Tombury would be that fucking easy. Alright, 4 minute 53. Is that enough to kill the last arsehole? Oh, that's a good name for an LP. Right, let's go. This one isn't actually as bad as I thought. I'd say the Phoenix one was harder. A little bit more rhythm to it. Now what the fuck are we fighting? Oh my god. Okay. Fucking behemoth. Alright. Fuck. Okay. Alright, here we go. Eat my super soaker! Oh shit, he's firing fucking loads of shit on me. I've got some fucking... What is this? Is this Typhon? I can't remember what this is. Did it even hit him? Ow. Refill me super soaker! No, I missed it! God damn it! Super soaker 5000! Ah! Oh shit. Oh fuck, 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 fuck. Hey! Oh no, I'm out of ammo! And you go, boy. But you get my super soaker, boy. Oh no, I'm firing blanks again. No, no, no. Bad. Jesus. You're not hitting me with your world's end. Oh fuck. I've got some water for ya. Ah, super soaker. Still breathing. Yay. Nice, great job. How long did it all take? That one was actually quite simple. Surprisingly, that's probably why Bob gave it to me, thinking this'll soften him up. He gets to use his super dodge, and he gets to take advantage of the broken fucking moveset that is Leviathan. Oh dearie me. W, I know, first try that one. You knew it, didn't you, Bob? You knew this was going to be easy, didn't you, this one? You probably did it on your first go, didn't you? Good game. Cheers, Mr. X. How long did it all take? Well, the last one, I mean, again, I'm only going by challenge here. The Phoenix one took me a good few attempts because, again, it's moves that I don't really use, and it uses a lot of Clive's default attacks mixed in with some of the games, well, some of the moveset, which is a bit weird. But the ones where you just pretty much like this one, where you only have really one method of attack if you use Leviathan, it's actually quite simple. You don't really have to intertwine combos or anything, really. I mean, literally, you saw me. I was just fucking firing bullets and doing nothing and dodging. I knew you'd find it was a nice switch up that made you feel better. Yeah, I knew you'd do that to me, Bob. That's why we're still on speaking terms. I'm just kidding. Trial by water. Another one done. We got 2 down. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. Right, well, we go to the next place. Which one do you recommend next, Bob? I'll do it in your prescribed order. Which one are you thinking next? In fact, you, Mr. X, which one do you think next? Where are we going now? I'm not going to do another one this stream, but we'll certainly go there and get ready for it. Trial for Icon. Ramu is harder than last one, tcgstitch. Ramu is hard, is he? Bob? Ramu? Is that one a hard one? Ramu it is, really? Okay. Give me a shit one to do. Okay, where's Ramu? Where are we going for Ramus? Amu is one of my least favourite icons. Yeah, mine too, because he's slow. That's the problem with him. He's got a couple of moves. He's got some that I like. He's got a lightning ball attack that I like. But most of them are just slow. They take a while to execute. I haven't used his finisher, though, to be fair. I haven't seen what that's about. Where are we going for Ramu? Ramu is Sambrek. Okay. Sambrek. Eastern Sambrek. Here we go. Northern Sambrek. It doesn't matter where you go as long as you're going to Sambrek. Right. Near that location where you were storming Benedicta's castle. Oh, right, okay. Pretty sure I might have seen this one. Because I did explore a lot of this area. Ah, there it is. Hand of Mimus, is that one? Is it that? Or is that something else? It might be something else. Lost Wing. Is it Caer Norwent? Is that where it is? So Caer Norwent Gate. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I guess I didn't see it. Interesting. That's one, but I think that one is Bahamut. Oh, okay. So where is... Because I would have said Benedicta's was round here. What do you call it? Because she has all those wind monsters around here, doesn't she? Go past that bridge. Yeah.
We have nothing to fear.
Garuda, that's the one, yeah. That's the one, Mr. X. Garuda. She's one of the newer ones I don't remember very well. Hold on back. Oh, for God's sake, can you fuck off?
Come on.
This is what I hate. They don't just clearly mark them on the map where they are. Just find them through osmosis. You'll appreciate it better. No, I won't. I just want you to tell me where they are. So I blew it. It's down the bottom of Lost Wing. Oh, here is it? Okay. In Norvent Valley, the hand of Laptius. Okay. Remember very well cutscene with Benedict tcgstitch. I know you do, mate. It's your favourite. Is it the southern area, did you say? Because I'm going to the east, I think. The hand of Norwent Valley. Norwent Valley. Oh, right, okay. Okay. All the way through the dead town now. It's hard to describe where any show, but see where the Norwent Valley is. It's near there. Okay, mate. Yeah, again, sorry for relying on you guys too much. I could Google it, it's just I thought you guys might know off the top of your heads. Probably asking too much. I'll search for the next ones. Oh, fucking hell, I hate this town. It's got some weird fucking shit going on. Gotta go up a fucking secret staircase. Could have just made this a straight shot instead of wasting people's time. Right, that's right. About to say, I didn't get the impression Benedicta was specifically fond of this area. Yeah, this looks familiar. This is where she's zogged out, isn't it? Super speed mode. Oh, there's a teleporter stone here that I didn't even see before. Nope. There we go. Keep going to the left. The left road, just keep going forward to the left. Don't go to the bridge. Okay, the left. There it is. Done. Right. The Hand of Lapitus. Booyah. Well, got 2 of them down. It's the waypoint not being unlocked that threw me off. Yeah, I get you. Well, we will do that next time, guys. At least we got 2 of them down. That leaves what, 4 left? Is it? Got Odin. How many have we got? We've got Odin. Here we got Ramu. We've got Garuda, Ramu, Titan, Bahamut, and Shiva. Oh, and Odin. Done Leviathan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, and we've done 2. 6 more left. Are there any other easy ones, or are they all difficult? Oh dear. Anyway. Oh well, at least we got 2 down. I've proven to myself it's possible, so we will be able to do these on stream. Well, at least I hope we will. But yes, thank you for joining me as always, guys. It really does mean a lot. Thank you for joining me, Bob, Mr. X, Goji, Cloud, Lady. Good to see you guys. And Ben, thanks for stopping by as well, Ben. Good to see you, dude. W stream, mate. Thanks for keeping me company and again providing your sage wisdom. I appreciate it, guys. And yes, if you enjoy my content, please throw a like and subscribe my ways. It really does help my channel grow and flourish. Alternatively, find me on Twitter at @HellotStitch, posting various news and updates. And with that said, I will see you guys on Wacky Wednesday for part 33, where we will hopefully get a bit more lore reading done. I'll spread it out a bit. We'll do one section of lore reading per stream, and then we'll do a load of chronoliths to pad out the rest of the stream, because I think I'm going to need a good few hours on these. And then once we've done that, that should be everything, I think. But yes, bye guys. See you everyone. Have a good one. See you next time. Look after yourselves, guys. And yes, have a lovely Tuesday. I will see you guys on Wednesday. But yes, thank you so much for keeping me company, and I will catch you later. Alright guys, have a lovely one. Bye bye. Bye.